All right, we're going to get started talking about homework 2-6. And this first question gives you, it says, here are the fuel efficiencies in miles per gallon of 8 new cars. What is the percentage of these cars with a fuel efficiency less than 37? So how many of the 8 are getting less than 37? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 out of the 8 are getting less than 37%. So what's the percentage? That's 0.75, or 75% of the cars are getting less than 37 miles per gallon. Next question. Okay, I'm going to actually skip and look at this one now. So I just showed you how to do lower quartile, median, and upper quartile. So the only thing new to this is finding the minimum, which is just the smallest value. So looking at this data, it's already in order. It's going to be 6. The maximum, biggest value is going to be 35. Let's just do these real quick. I got 13, so I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the median. And then if I find the lower quartile, it's going to be the average of those two numbers right there. And if I find the upper quartile, it's going to be the average of those two numbers right there. Now this thing called the interquartile range is the distance between your lower quartile and upper quartile. Okay, so how far is it between 12 and 31? So that's a distance of 19. So my interquartile range is just 19. So this is your upper quartile minus the lower quartile. All right, moving on. Over one, come back to that one. So here it's asking, it's giving you data. They've done a nice job and put it in order for you. And they've asked you for 3 things: the median, which we've talked about, and then this lower quartile and upper quartile. Okay, so here's the things to remember. We're talking about percentiles of data here in this unit in homework 2-6, and you need to understand that the median is the 50th percentile. 50% of the data is below it, 50% of the data is above it. The lower quartile would be the 25th percentile, whereas 25% of the data would be below that, and then 75% would be above it. The upper quartile is the 75th percentile, meaning that 75% of the data is below that number. So when I'm doing this problem here, first thing I'm going to do is find the median, which is just the middle number, right? So I have 13 data points, so I want to go to the 7th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, that leaves me 6 data points on this side, 6 data points on that side. Okay, 70 is right in the middle. It is my median. So 70 would be the median. All right, so the lower quartile is really the median of these values right here. This lower 50 percentile, all I gotta do is find the median of that to give me the lower quartile. So if I pay attention to, I go down here, there are 6 values here, so I'm gonna find to the 1, 2, 3, I'm going to 3 and 4 and find the average of these numbers right here. So the average of those numbers right there would be 53. 53. is my lower quartile. The upper quartile is going to be the median of these values right here. So I go to, there's 6 of them again, so I take the middle 2, find the mean of those numbers right there. The mean is 74, and 78 is going to be 76. So my upper quartile is going to have a value of 76. Upper quartile is, again, it's the same thing as the 75th percentile. That means 75% of the data is below this number right here. Okay? 53 is my 25th percentile. That means 25% of the data is below 53. So that's again, lower quartile is 25th percentile, upper quartile is 75th percentile, and the median is the 50th percentile. All right, All right, so here they give you a set of data. Now notice this data is not in order. They give you a set of data and they ask you to find the 25th percentile and the 90th percentile. Okay, so the formulas for these, so the formula we're going to be using is here, where you have your sample size in times whatever percentile you're looking for divided by 100. So in our case, we have, how many? We have 17 trials here, 17 data points, and let's say we're looking for the 25th percentile. So I'm going to put 25 over 100. Then I'll go to my calculator. I will type that into my calculator. And 17 times 25 divided by 100 is going to come out to 4.25. Now, here's the thing. What you've got to do is if this number comes out to be some kind of decimal, you always round up. So in this case, I'm rounding this up to 5. Okay, now what I've got to do is I've got to put these data points in order. I've got to put those in order, and then I count down to the 5th one, and that will be my 25th percentile. All right, so I've put these data points in order, and as we already calculated, I'm going to go to the 5th one from the smallest, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 217 is going to serve as the 25th percentile for this set of data. Means 25% of the data will be below that, below 217. So next, I need to find the 90th percentile. So again, I am going to use that formula. 17 is my sample size, and multiply that times 90 over 100, and I'll get a decimal of 15.3. And I'm going to take that number, and I'm always going to round up. So I'm going to get to 16, and I'm going to count to my 16th number. So since there's 17 of these, this is 17. This would be the 16th number. So 271, that number right there is going to serve as the 90th percentile for this data. All right, one more problem to do. And this is kind of understanding what it means about percentiles. So in this problem, it says last year over 12,000 students took an entrance exam at a certain state university. Rita scored in the 61st percentile. Hong scored in the 19th percentile. It says, which of the following must be true about Rita's score? Okay, so Rita scored in the 61st percentile. Does that mean that she got, let's see, about 61% of the students who took the exam scored lower than Rita? Boom, there it is right there. That's what it means. All right, that's going to be my answer, I'm pretty sure, but let's just double check these other ones. Does it mean that Rita got 61% of the questions correct? No, because it's comparing her against these other ones, not telling her what she got on the score, on the test. Rita's score was in the bottom half of all scores. No, she was in the 61st percentile, okay? Which means it was above the 50th percentile. Rita missed 39 questions. No, that's just, yeah, don't overthink it. So this is what it means to be a percentile right here. All right, which of the following must be true about Rita and Hong's scores? Both Rita and Hong scored higher than the median. Remember, the median is the 50th percentile, and Hong did not score in the above the 50th percentile, so that's not true. Rita and Hong scored below the median, okay? Well, Rita scored above it because she was above 50 percentile, so that's not true. Rita scored higher than Hong, yes. Her percentile, 61st percentile, is higher than the 19th percentile. So there we go. All right, good luck with homework 2-6. And remember, we have a test this Friday.